Grumble, grumble.
Hey everyone, it's the Grumpy Meeple, and I am coming back at you with another installment of my acclaimed, long-running video series, What's in the Box? What is it? The series famous for including a Dyson replacement vacuum head in its first incarnation, which I might add did not work. So fuck you, Dyson. I got them to send me a brand new one because I'm a crazy person, but still. So what could be in this box? Let's find out. I'm gonna break this bad boy open. I love it when these boxes in nondescript packaging arrive so that I can do another installment of this amazing series. Even though I must admit I do know what's in this. What can I say? In this day and age, honestly, it's hard to be surprised. You know, shipping notifications, blah, blah, blah. But you don't know what's in it. Unless you're very observant, which I would be very impressed if you did know prior to the opening of this box. Boom! Very dramatic. What do we got here? It's my order from the Flying Frog Productions official store. Yay! What do we got? All right, first up we've got the coveted, hilariously overpriced and yet still absolutely worth it, considering how cool this is actually. Shadows of Brimstone Richardson trucker hat. Trucker hat. Wow, it's actually a really cool design on that hat. I'm a little bit surprised at how nice it is. Maybe it's not as overpriced as I was imagining it would be. Oh, mama. Fits like a glove. I'm assuming you got that on camera. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't really care. But it fits right out of the thing. How did they know my head size? That's incredible. Anyways, I've been waiting to pick one of those up for a while. I'm super excited that I did. What else do we got here? Ooh, we got some card packs. Now, I should note, most of this stuff is gonna go into a pile and be unused for a very, very long time, probably. But don't let that dissuade us from doing this incredible unboxing. First of all, we've got the Heroic Defenders Game Supplement, Heroic Efforts Part 1 for Shadows of Brimstone. This is a new set that just came out during their, God, guys, I'm such an idiot. Like, I can't remember anything. During the online convention that I covered on this damn channel like a week ago, and now cannot remember the name of. It wasn't Dice Fest, it was something other than that. But anyways, this is a new set. Comes with a bunch of special heroic effort cards, which are basically cards that you can add to your game to decrease the difficulty. Or like, so like if you're playing with a solo hero, maybe you add the heroic effort deck and pull these bad boys to give yourself a little bit of an edge. Let's see what this kind of description card says. Shadows of Brimstone can be a challenging game for low-level heroes in hero parties of only 1 or 2 heroes, especially when adding a lot of expansions. This is true. Heroic effort cards may be added to your games to help give your heroes a better fighting chance and to add some fun, dynamic moments to your adventure. Each heroic effort is 1 use and discards when played or at the end of the adventure. You can use them in 1 of 2 ways. Up against the world, hero party of 1 or 2 heroes, or struggle for survival. Low-level heroes or after failing a mission. Oh, that's cool. So like if you fail a mission, instead of just redoing it in the same format and getting your ass kicked again, you can incorporate these cards. Wow, up against the world in a hero party, 1 or 2 heroes, Each hero can draw one of these cards at the start of every fight. However, once your hero party reaches level 3 or higher, you must also graduate to using medium threats instead of low threats. Very cool. This is really cool, actually. Shit, I'm gonna have to play some Brimstone. Not that that's the worst thing in the world, but... Struggle for survival, low-level heroes. Each hero that is one or more of the following may draw one heroic effort at the start of the adventure. Level 1 hero, hero that is at least 2 hero levels lower than all other heroes, or a hero that failed their last mission. Okay, cool. So it incorporates a catch-up mechanic as well. That's really cool. I'm not going to show off all of these because I don't want to spoil them, and also there's, you know, like a half dozen of them, and I have other stuff to unbox here. But inspiration, play during your activation to make an additional attack. This may be the same or a different form of attack. When you see an opening, take it. Very cool. Coordinated attack, play at any time. Choose one other hero. Both you and the chosen hero may each add a plus d6 damage to one hit during your next activation. If only a single hero, instead add a d6 damage to each of your hits during your next attack. Well, that's very, very powerful. This is called Rally. Play at any time to heal 2d6 wounds, sanity, any mix. I love this. This is so cool. Such a cool idea. And this is, you know, if you like Shadows of Brimstone, this stuff is a no-brainer. Because, you know, what this stuff is, for all intents and purposes, is it's like what we dreamed Warhammer Quest would be. Like this endlessly supported dungeon crawler that is constantly coming out with tweaks to the rule set, all with beautiful custom printed cards instead of having to do all that shit yourself, which I have done. And, you know, if you do it, if you get it done professionally, then they turn out beautiful. But if you do it yourself and you're cutting them yourself, and I bought all sorts of tools to help with that shit, and they just never turn out great. They just will not let this game die, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Because if you're collecting this game, you should really be picking this kind of stuff up because it adds so much. In a lot of ways, this little card deck adds more actual unique gameplay than a big box expansion to this series. So couldn't be more excited. And I also got its counterpart, the Nightmares from Beyond. This is the Ruinous Nightmares pack, #1. I really hope that they keep churning these out too, because these are cool decks, and build them out, man. That's what I say. Okay, there's your card list. Ruinous Nightmares. You may choose at the start of any adventure to increase the challenge to Nightmare level 1, 2, or 3. So this is meant to replicate kind of the Diablo difficulty grind experience where you're working your way up through the Nightmare levels or whatever. And so what it does is at the start of each fight during the adventure, draw a number of Ruinous Nightmare cards equal to the chosen Nightmare level. So if you're level 1, you draw 1. These cards apply for the duration of the fight. At the end of the fight, for each Ruinous Nightmare card used, every hero may choose to gain either 20 XP or 200 gold. Wow. The Ruinous Nightmare deck does not have a discard pile and should be shuffled back. Wow, these are fucking super cool too. The art's incredible too. I love this. And that's actually really cool because that gives you a mechanic by which you can like speed up progression in the game. Let's see what some of these look like. Burns to the touch. As you hold your weapons, they begin to grow warm to the touch. Now burning hot. You alternate hands to avoid the unnatural heat from searing your skin. All heroes count as having one fewer hand to equip items. You may still use a two-handed weapon, but you're -2 on your to hit rolls because you're hot. Limit 1 per fight. Here's Fed by Hatred. With each strike you make, you can feel the darkness growing within you. It needs to be let out. Just one more hit. Whenever an enemy is killed, move the darkness marker forward 2 spaces on the depth trap. Holy shit. This does not apply to the first enemy killed by each hero during a turn. Whoa. So that's like a slowdown mechanic. It makes you... It would make you kind of measure your attacks and such. Wow. These are probably the 2 coolest card decks that they've ever put out for this game, and they have put out dozens and dozens of card decks. So if you're a Shadows of Brimstone fan, or if you're getting into it for the first time, and you're ordering from Flying Frog because you're ordering during one of their sales or whatnot. Sorry, I'm trying to get these damn cards back into the package. You're ordering it from their website, because this kind of stuff is not available, at retail anywhere. You can't buy this from Miniature Market or really anywhere else. The only place you can get this stuff is from the Flying Frogs directly, because they print it to order, or they print this stuff in, and they don't distribute it to retail. So these are all exclusives to retail. And there are dozens and dozens of them. These are like, I'm adding encounters to the Forest of the Dead. I've got an item upgrade pack for Forbidden Fortress, artifacts for for the Forest of the Dead, and then I got the Old West item upgrade pack. These are super cool too, but these are like major changes to the way the game plays. And potentially good changes, like these Nightmares from Beyond, especially if you combined these, you were using both, it would just really mix things up. Because you would draw a heroic card and you'd be like, oh shit, I get an extra attack this turn. And then you draw a Nightmare from Beyond and, oh no, but I can't kill more than one guy per round, or the darkness is going to move up on me. So very, very cool. These are the 2 packs, and I have 15 or 16 of these packs. Of various types. These are the 2 that I would recommend bar none. Like if you were only ever going to get 2 card packs from Flying Frog, get these 2, because those are freaking amazing. Next up, let's just take a quick look at the Old West item upgrade pack 1. So I'm not sure. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so it's literally exactly what it says it is. It is a pack of cards that contains nothing but upgrade cards for gear. So, you start out here, you've got the fur lining. Attached to any clothing item at the start of each turn, heal 1 sanity damage. Oh my god. That's incredible. Expendable Gear attached to any item. When you would be KO'd for any reason, you may discard this upgrade and the item it's attached to prevent all damage that you're about to take, and instead heal D6 wounds sanity. Wow. Holy Blessing. Use 1 grit or 1 faith to attach to any item. Gives you Spirit Armor 6. And so these go into your gear deck and just give you all sorts of really cool new shit that you can draw when you're out there in the Old West. Very, 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 very cool. So I got this pack of item upgrades for the Forbidden Fortress. I'm praying that I don't have this already, because the art looks very familiar. So one of the problems with collecting these card decks is that there are like 25 or 30 of them, and they, at a glance, look pretty similar, and it gets very difficult to track which one you've already purchased, to the point where I had to come up with a system for it that I will show you. Oh boy, let's see. All right. Here's one of probably a dozen binders that I have for Shadows of Brimstone. This is the Rules and Missions binder. So it has all of the rule books, custom stuff that I've printed and had printed and laminated, player guides, all the rules. And then at the back, I keep these the kind of cover card for these packs so that I can track which ones I purchased. So you can see I have quite a few, but I don't think that I have any of these, which, you know, obviously I checked this before I bought it, but you never know. Look at all this amazing stuff. There's Belial, the Ancient One, Old West Allies. Got all the individual packs for monsters and stuff. And you know, this is just the stuff that I've actually unboxed. I probably own as much Shadows of Brimstone stuff unboxed as I own, like, or boxed as and still in shrink as I do unboxed. Which may be really sad state of affairs, but it's my life. I gotta live with it. So here you go. You get some upgrade cards for. Is this the same? Yeah, item upgrades. It's the same. It's the exact same thing. It's just for the Old West instead of, or for Forbidden Fortress instead of the Old West. So here you get the Oni Tooth attached to any item. Once per adventure, remove all status effect markers you currently have. Wow, these are so cool. Attached to any clothing item. At the start of each turn, heal 1 wound. Horsehair mustache. Attached to any clothing, hat, or clothing face item. +1 max grit. Whenever you use a grit, recover a grit on the D6 roll of 6+. These are so cool. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful game. Beautiful game system, just endless. Too much, to be honest. I mean, for any mortal man to ever truly appreciate. I could spend the rest of my life playing nothing but Shadows of Brimstone and still not experience half of this stuff. And then, of course, with a game of this size, you have to have some kind of custom storage solution. You've already seen the binders that I use. But I also use, and I don't love this solution, but it's what I have for now. I have my card decks separated out in these little containers, which come in these plastic toolboxes that I buy and use to store like everything. But I don't keep these in the box. I just keep them out on the shelf. And you can see here, you get your low, your medium, your high, and your epic threat cards for Forbidden Fortress. And so what I'll have to do is I'll go through all these decks and I'll try and sleeve them the same way, because I like everything to be the same, and get them into their organizers, because there are thousands of cards. There must have 3,000 cards for Shadows of Brimstone. And and if it were just 3,000 cards and it were like 5 decks, that would be one thing. But it's like 80 different decks, because every world has its own deck. Every world has its own set of like 5 decks. So the more you collect of this stuff, the more organization becomes required. But it's totally worth it because the game is bitchin'. Forest of the Dead. This is an expansion that I haven't even opened yet, so I'm not going to open these cards. I've shown you lots of cool cards. I'm going to hold off on those because I don't even have the expansion out of the box yet. So let's move on. Here we've got the Goodie Box from Roll to Move, which is the name of the thing that I, for some reason, could not remember, even though I covered it. Roll to Move 2022 was the name of it. And this is the Goodie Box that you could buy. And it comes with, first of all, this is the new miniature. This is the Wasteland Bruiser, I believe. These are resin. I don't love their resin miniatures, although it does look like they've gotten a lot better. Some of these resin miniatures from Flying Frog used to kind of be embarrassing, but that one actually looks pretty cool. So here we've got the Wasteland Warrior cards. So the Wasteland Warrior is an additional ally that you can hire in the Wastelands, obviously. So he comes as the Wasteland Warrior, the Wasteland Guard. Warrior is a Ronin bodyguard. He's for Forbidden, looks like for Forbidden Fortress, and then this guy's for the Old West. Maybe that's the difference. I'm not 100% sure. Veteran of the Blasted Wastes. He has +1 combat, +3 health, and +2 corruption resistance. Gains keywords, alien, tribal, and other word, Blasted Waste. Quick reflexes. Once per fight, the Wasteland Guard may make an extra free combat attack at any time outside of the normal turn sequence. Oh, cool. So he can just kind of blast an attack out whenever he needs to. The Wasteland Warrior has +4 health and +2 initiative, gains keywords, blah, blah, blah. Wasteland Warrior. Basic weapons are replaced with Scrap Sword, combat hits are +1 damage and ignore armor, and Rust Pistol, range 5, shots 2. While using only the basic weapons, may make both a ranged and a melee attack each turn. Wow. And you can see the difference in the cost to hire these guys. So, a new ally. The allies are another set that I've unboxed, but I've never actually really played with them. There's a lot of stuff for this game. So, it's very difficult to keep up with all of it. I should have gotten 2 promo cards on top of all this other shit. There they are. Okay, good. We'll get to that. All right, so here's a couple of promo cards. The Blessed Torch. Whenever a depth event is rolled, every hero may recover a grit on the d6 roll of 6+ each. Whenever you fail a mission, discard this item on d6 roll of 1 or 2. Wow, whenever a depth event is rolled, you may recover a grit. That's really nice. So this is an additional light source that you can have instead of just using the standard lantern. And then Fate Worse Than Death. This is an Forbidden Fortress, darkness card. Whenever a hero takes 1 or more wounds, they also take 1 sanity damage, ignoring willpower. Remains in place. Ooh, brutal. Here's my cool Forbidden Fortress keychain. Definitely wasn't, this wasn't like, I'm gonna buy this goodie box so I can get that keychain. But cool to have, you know. Show your allegiance to the Forbidden Fortress. Here we've got another pack of cards. You'll note that this is only Shadows of Brimstone stuff. You know, Flying Frog makes other games, and I respect the fans of all of their properties, but Shadows of Brimstone makes probably 98% of their revenue, so they focus on it. And the convention was entirely focused basically on Shadows of Brimstone with a few, you know, gameplay sessions for the other games. But here we've got the Remnant of Evil, 3 dark stone. It's an artifact from Cinder. Yeah, for the mines. It's a mine artifact. +2 max grit. Your attacks are +1 damage. At the start of each turn, during a fight, take 1 corruption hit. Discard this item to search the gear deck and discard pile for up to 3 dark fragments. So here you can break it up. So they're worth 2 each, and let's see. Are they the same? I believe so. Discard and take 3 corruption hits to cancel a darkness card or add +6d6 damage to one of your hits. So basically you can have this larger artifact, or you can break it up to make these smaller fragments that let you cancel a darkness card. The trade-off is that, you know, these are, you could spread these out, but it's still 2 darkstone per item, so that can cause a lot of corruption over time. And then here we've got the official Brimstone Saloon coaster set. So, you know, I would have loved it if these were, you know, like wood or something, or even rubberized, you know. But they're still cool enough as is. You'll note that the color is a little desaturated, and they mentioned during one of the live streams that they had a choice between making them super colorful or making them moisture resistant, meaning making them last for any length of time, and they rightly chose to make them last. So pretty cool. Throw them on your game table. I don't know if you won't be able to necessarily see that, but it's on my game table. Very cool. Cool stuff. Next up, we've got, come on. Oh, it's taped to it. I see. Whoop. We've got a couple of, or is it just the one? Yeah, we've got a promo card, the Bandit Sword. +1 combat. Once per turn, take D3 corruption hits to gain an extra +1 combat. Wow. Oh, it's cool. Let me make sure it's cursed on camera. Very cool, very cool. Oh, and here's another promo card. Couple more. They're very generous with these promo cards. Basically, if you spend more than $100, you get a couple of promo cards with your order. I thought it was only supposed to be 2, but there's 3 in this set. They must know I'm the Grumpy Meeple and wish to curry favor with the beast. So these are mine artifacts. First up, we've got the Old Bell. Super cool. Ooh. Old Bell. Once per adventure, you may ring the Old Bell to cancel a Darkness or Growing Dread card. Then choose another Darkness or Growing Dread card and cancel it on a d6 roll of 4+. You may continue to choose and cancel cards like this until you fail one of these rolls. Requires lore 4 or higher to use. So this could let you churn through the deck and get the really crappy cards out. That's actually a really cool artifact. And then here's the Jade Coin, +1 luck. This is a mine artifact, but you know, obviously the Jade Coin, you would think that it was from the Forbidden Fortress. +1 luck. Once per adventure, force any single die to be re-rolled, even if it has already been re-rolled. Ooh, very powerful. Very, very cool. Next up, we've got the Feudal Village. So this was supposed to be, this was on sale in their ding and dent sale. So this might be an outlier. I don't know. But hey, their ding and dent sale is pretty goddamn dingless and dentless, because this just looks like a brand new copy of the game. Basically, this is the Feudal Village expansion for Forbidden Fortress. So it adds the town, the expanded town elements that are kind of role play and make the town experience a much deeper, richer kind of experience. Villages in the rolling hills and mountain valleys. Hold on. Yeah. Villages in the rolling hills and mountain valleys of feudal Japan are full of danger and adventure around every corner. The Feudal Village expansion allows players a deeper and richer town experience between adventures, adding exciting new types of villages to find, such as an enslaved village, outlaw haven, or trading port. 6 all-new town locations to visit, such as the Sacred Garden, Samurai Lord, Tea House, or Brotherhood Temple. A new expanded travel chart and a deadly new enemy horde, Feudal Bandits, for use in both the Forbidden Fortress as well as in town. Very, very cool. Heroes have the opportunity to play out adventures in the Feudal Village itself using the new Village Adventure Board. Protect the townsfolk while battling demons in the street, fend off hordes of bandits that are trying to steal supplies, or burn it to the ground, or find themselves in an honorable duel with loads of new charts, cards, counters, missions, and blah, 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 blah. There's a ton of crap in here. It's heavy. All their stuff is. This is an incredible gameplay expansion. The town expansions have long been considered kind of the first must-have expansion in the Shadows of Brimstone line, I would say. You know, back when it was just the Old West, everybody said, you got to get the Frontier Town first. Because it, again, like these card decks, it radically changes and deepens the gameplay experience. And we'll make sure there's no more promo cards floating around. That looks like it. So that's it. That's my unboxing of all this amazing, crazy stuff from Flying Frog that I got during the Roll to Move 2022 convention. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like the Shadows of Brimstone coverage. If I can ever stop myself from buying Kickstarters, I will circle back to Shadows of Brimstone and unleash a tidal wave of content such as the 9 realms have rarely seen, because I love this game and I have a just astonishing, disgusting amount of stuff for it. I just have so many other games coming in. I've got to stop backing stuff, but also I cannot stop backing stuff. So if anybody has a solution to that, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you like the content. Other than that, I will talk to you later.